Welcome to the Suicide Prevention Series brought to you by the Public Hospitals Authority. In the conversations about suicide prevention, young people continue to be part of the most impacted demographic. Joining me now is Mr. Lorenzo Rolle, who is the senior therapist and manager of the Children's Community Addiction and Mental Health Hospital in Red Deer, Alberta, Canada, to talk to us about how we can help our young people get the help they need to address mental health challenges.
So, Lorenzo, tell me, what advice would you give to a young person who is experiencing suicidal ideations but does not know exactly where they need to go to get help?
This particular question, I find a lot of not just youth, but individuals in a whole wide range from the beginning stages of ages as early as age 10, sometimes younger, all the way up to into our adult life, right? I've actually connected with individuals up until the age of 60 plus who still don't know, what direction should they take. And one of the easiest things that I can suggest is for them to first speak with somebody, which is always the answer. You've heard this before. Speak with somebody. You can get some help. Talk to somebody about it. But in an age where there's such a negative stigma attached to an individual having a thought of self-harm or a thought of suicide, it's not as easy as that. It's not as easy as just saying just talk to somebody. You know what I mean? So outside of that, there's always a support person. So one of the ways I begin my therapy sessions with individuals now is I want to first get a sense of who your supports are in your life. Believe it or not, we all have at least one person.
Yeah.
At least one person who may not be able to be there for us 100% in those moments, but we know at least to some extent maybe we can call on them. And so first off, try that one person.
Right.
But let's say that doesn't work, right? What do you do next? The next thing is you actually have to come to an understanding of who you are as an individual. What are you not happy with? What is not going right in your life right now? Why do you feel as though everything is just crashing around you and there's no hope for the future? There's no purpose in living. Get to the bottom of some of that for yourself and to understand who you are and what you need from this life. What is it that you require? What is it that makes you happy? What is it that makes you sad? Believe it or not, a lot of individuals don't know the answers to these simple questions. So I would first do those things, encourage that individual to speak to somebody first, of course, a friend. Call me if you need to, right? And other next thing that I would say is to try to learn more about yourself in these moments because the darkest moments is where you really find out who you are.
Right. So you find things like depression and suicide and anxiety and just overall mental health challenges, they seem to sort of be trending. They're popular in TV shows on,
Mhm.
I know someone who calls herself a member of the Sad Girl crew. So
Mm.
how do young people sort of navigate, this space in a time where, it seems like it's cool or, it's okay.
I think honestly they're doing okay because they're not running from it anymore,
Mhm.
right? Like nowadays, even on news outlets home in the Bahamas, it's becoming more clear that people are struggling with this thing. Like it's no longer, oh, just pray about it. It's no longer, oh, you just crazy. Ain't nothing wrong with you, girl. Oh, ain't nothing wrong with you, buddy. Like we're no longer there. Times are changing before our eyes. And I actually want to commend all of those individuals for being able to express, well, I'm a part of the side girls, group, or I'm struggling with this and I'm struggling with that because being accepting of it and where you are mentally, whether it be your anxiety, whether it be your depression, whether it be that those levels of anxiety and depression are actually trickling in to
Mhm.
your everyday life and your thoughts now to make you have suicidal thoughts or to make you want to self-harm. It's one of those things where once you accept it, that's the first step, right? So I don't even know how else to answer that question other than I think we're on the right path. I think the media is doing well. Even if we look at the wars and stuff that's happening around the world, this generation,
Mhm.
we're giving access to seeing things firsthand, to see how the world struggles similar to how we struggle, to see how we're not going through this on our own. And we're here for you, whether you're listening to this now or, whether you struggle with this in the past, or even if it comes up for you in the near future, it's important for you to know that you're not alone. It's important for you to know that there are people that can accept you and can accept your thoughts and can accept your choices and you just be who you are.
Right. Let's talk about the role of parents. What advice would you give to parents or guardians of young people who may know that their teenager or their young adult is struggling, and sort of trying to navigate, being bombarded by these images, these things that are triggering mental health challenges? How do parents sort of help their young people navigate those issues?
I'm actually happy you asked this question because, for about, well, since March to now, I've been offering free therapy services to Bahamians, right? And we've been doing them every Saturday, free of charge. And I probably see about 10 people on average every Saturday.
Wow.
And it was something I started to do mainly because in being here in Canada and working with the population here, I've recognized how important the family is. And I've recognized that a lot of the challenges that our young people face, or even our adults face, is connected back to the family in some shape or form. Like there's really no way we can get around it. We can talk all day, we can have discussions, we can have panels, but really and truly, the problem or the answer to all life's social ills and issues and stressors and all this stuff we're going through, I think it comes back to the family.
Right.
And I believe that right now, the advice that I would give to any parent who's struggling with their child's, suicidal thoughts or self-harm, the best thing you can do, and this isn't something you probably want to hear, but the best thing you can do is just accept your child for where they are in this moment. Accept them for how they feel. It is no longer your position to fight everything they say. If they're saying they feel stressed or if they're saying they feel depressed, it's not your response should not be you just need to go get some rest or you need to go drink some tea or you need to you know what I mean? We
That's
were
all
told
over.
we were told so many things over the years, but
Yeah.
our response has to change now as a family, as parents. We must realize how important it is and the fact that we play in the lives of our kids. I have 4 kids, by the way.
Wow.
So I'm not coming from a space of, oh, I'm just talking as a parent. I don't know what you don't know what you're saying. I'm coming from a position of having 4 kids myself, having worked with youth for the past 6, 7 years and families, and knowing that I've had the most success with my suicidal clients when I just accept them for who you are.
Mhm.
So you no longer feel like living? That's okay. That's how you feel right now.
Wow.
How can we actually help you to get 1% better tomorrow? How
Mhm.
can we how can we just help you to do more things you love? So right now it sucks. I hear you and I get that. And this is what I think parents need to do. They need to come from a level of understanding, a level of being able to show empathy. Even though you don't understand the topic, you don't have to understand because all your kid needs you to do in that moment is be able to show love and be able to show support and to respect them regardless of whatever decision they make.
Absolutely. Well, I want to thank you so much, Lorenzo, for sitting with me and having this very, very insightful conversation.
No
We'll
worries.
have more. Thank you so much. We'll have more of the suicide prevention series in a moment.
Are you or someone you know struggling with suicidal thoughts or ideations? You don't have to go it alone. You can reach out for help. Call the Crisis Center at 328-0922, People Helping People at 698-0155, the mental health professionals at the Sandlands Rehabilitation Center at 364-9600, or the Community Counseling and Assessment Center at 323-3293.